y'all, it's American Mom. I am ready to react to episode 5, season 1 of Lost. I'm really enjoying the show. Last episode was basically all about Mr. Locke, how he could not walk before the plane crash. And it was like he was in this wheelchair and he laying in bed talking to a woman. Then he wanted to go to Australia, and that's how he ended up on the plane. But when the plane crashed, I kept wondering why he kept looking at his toe, like his foot at the beginning, and I mentioned it in the review and stuff. But so the whole episode was like really focused around him, and I like getting backstories like that. So I want to get some more backstories. I know a little bit of Kate's. I don't know what she did wrong, but we know, we found out like she was in handcuffs. But I don't know. I want us to like, is season 1 like, is the rest of this going to be like we focus on each character and get some more like backstory? Because that was really interesting. I like that. I don't know. Well, if I play it, we'll find out, won't we? Okay, let's do this. This is Jack when he was younger.
Should have stayed down, Jack. Jack! Jack!
Bless him.
Jack! Hey, Jack! There's someone out there! You got it! The current! What? There's someone out there, look!
Jack's got to do everything.
There was a woman. I was trying to... Did you get her?
Wait a minute.
We gotta go back.
What do you do? Nobody else can swim on the island.
We've been here 6 days and I never talked to her. I never said a word to her.
Oh, she died.
Jack, don't.
There were 47 of us and I never said a
You
single word to her.
tried.
No, I didn't. I decided not to go after her.
Forgot about that. Who's this Joker? He can't get any sleep. He's saving lives and he don't have time. It's the dog.
Whoa.
Are we going to have to baby this episode?
You all right?
Because Jack's
Yeah.
needing to
just
rest.
late.
Whoa.
He's,
You look tired, brother.
he's not resting.
Fine.
He's not fine.
What's up? We got a problem. That's it?
That's it.
How many?
18.
That way we could ration it.
He's getting
and we can
overwhelmed.
decide.
I'm not deciding anything.
Yeah. Let him-
Why not?
let him rest.
A couple guys jumped Mark Silverman.
A couple of guys jumped Mark Silverman. But they didn't jump you.
No.
He's always been helping people. Getting involved.
You don't want to be a hero. You don't want to try and save everyone. Because when you fail, you just don't have what it takes.
It's a great pep talk. Now, is,
Why didn't you leave
is
me?
that his dad that he sees in the water?
What gives you the right? Look at me.
We'll see the man again. Is it your
Hey, I'm
dad?
talking to you. Look at me,
I
Jack.
can't tell this far away. It looks like him,
Where are you going?
but maybe older. Damn it.
Hey, where are you going?
Being haunted by his past. And he always has to be perfect. It's his dad, isn't it? Don't disappear. I need to find out. Okay. You need to rest.
Dad?
You need to rest. You're hallucinating.
Jack, please, you know how he gets. He won't take care of himself. You have to go after him.
Oh, God, his dad's gonna die, and it's
I'm sorry.
gonna be blamed on him, and that's okay.
I can't.
I can't. You don't get to say, I can't. Not after what you did.
Where is he?
Australia.
they made it to Australia. So we're gonna see that conversation,
Hey, hey!
right?
Smarter. That pregnant lady fell down.
There's water.
She's breathing up. She's really hot. Honey, I think you have a fever. You need to stay really still. It's okay. It's okay.
Somebody stole it.
Okay, just rest.
Who stole it?
Others find out the water's gone, it's going to get ugly. And when they find out that someone pinched it, it's going to get uglier.
You know Captain Obvious.
I know where to look.
I like seeing him walk around now. Jack, stop. Listen to go.
Quite honestly, Mr. Shepard, I don't think your father rented a car at all.
Yeah? Why is that?
There was an incident a few nights ago here at the hotel bar. I had to get security to escort your father to his room.
My father is the chief of surgery.
Of course, sir. I apologize.
But he was drunk and taking pills. Why? He's gonna faint from all this running. Or get hurt. Wow. Wow. Don't tell me his ghost of a father pulls him back up. Freaks my mind out. Man. Who is it? Mr. Locke.
Take my hand.
Forgot he was looking for water.
I mean, who packs 400 knives? Personally, I can only have space for 200, 300 at most.
Oh, are you off drugs?
The Chinese people have water.
They're Korean.
Who gave you this?
Sawyer.
Give us the water now!
Touch me again, huh? Don't you really think I stole your damn water?
We know you gave 2 bottles to the Koreans.
I don't give nothing to nobody.
It's not here.
I traded Mr. Miyagi the last of my water for a fish he caught.
Why are you out here?
Chasing something. Someone.
The White Rabbit. Alice in Wonderland.
I'd call it a hallucination. Result of dehydration, post-traumatic stress, not getting more than 2 hours of sleep a night for the past week. All the
Awesome.
above.
All right, then you're hallucinating.
I'm a doctor.
Well, what if you're not?
Then we're all in a lot of trouble.
You need to finish what you started.
Why?
Because a leader can't lead until he knows where he's going.
So he needs him to sort out this hallucination thing so he can move on.
A sizable and fatal heart attack.
Okay. So we never got to speak to his dad. That can spark you up, can't it? Aww. But what drove his father to Australia? Are we gonna see that part? Let me just walk by. Chase the white rabbit. Looking for his dad led him to fresh water. Oh gosh. So we're checking on the dog. Sorry about that. Is he where the cockpit was? Where is he? What's happening? Roman's balloon. Bringing his dad home.
Leaving from gate 14.
What do you mean you won't put it on the plane?
He needs to do that. He's gonna get that anger out.
We're all still waiting. Waiting for someone to come. But what if they don't? We need to start figuring things out. A woman died this morning just going for a swim. And he tried to save her, and now you're about to crucify him? We can't do this. Every man for himself is not going to work. Now, I found water. Fresh water up in the valley. I'll take a group in at first light. If you don't want to come, then find another way to contribute.
I don't know how I feel about Sawyer yet either. I have to sort this out for myself. I don't know.
My father died in Sydney.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry too.
That was a great episode. I like each episode. I really do. It's building on the other one. We're on the 6th day. This is the 6th episode. I know at some point it's going to not be like every episode's every day. Y'all told me that. But so I wanted a backstory of another character, and we got Jax. There's still so many more. I'm like, oh, I want theirs. And I'll get them, I'm sure. I know I got a lot of watching to do. And I'll get there. But let's see. Okay, so we start the episode where we see a backflash of a kid getting beat up. And then, like, right when I was like, maybe it's Jack, then we hear Jack's name. And Hurley's calling him now. And there's somebody in the water, out in the ocean, like, drowning. So out of the 40-something people that are still stuck on the island, Jack's the only one that can swim. He takes it upon himself, though. He does a lot of this upon himself, and that's what this episode was about. I'll get to that in a minute. But he goes after the person drowning, and it is the younger, pretty face guy. I don't know his name. He has the obnoxious sister that wants everything done for her. And anyway, once he grabs onto him, I'm like, oh, okay, he saved him. We see that there's like they say it was a woman now, but we see someone else is drowning. And he has to make like a decision. And I'm still thinking, is someone else not going to swim out? But they don't. So he has to lug him in, and he goes back out, and then it's too late. We see him as a young boy again. And his father tries to just tell him a story about the pressure of being in certain situations, and gives him a little pep talk, basically saying you can't handle it. So it lets us know right then that from a young age, and I remember in a previous episode, Jack just kind of said he really wasn't wanting to be a doctor. It was sort of in the family or something like that. But that's why he became a doctor. It's because he needed to feel like he could do something of worth. Because his dad kept saying, you can't. You're not going to. You're not cut out for this. I do this, and then I can come home and do this, that, and the other. But you couldn't do that. Somebody else was in a fight, and it was their fight, but you got involved, and this is why you're this way. People's backstories put a lot of things into perspective, I tell you. He feels like he needs to save everybody. And we saw this in the very first episode. He jumped up, heard screams, and he just went and started taking care of this person, that person, that person, that person. And I was just like, but it makes sense now. It's like, it's his purpose. He's not just trying to be a hero to get recognition from it. He's doing it out of, that's what he's had to do. I'm still very unclear as to when he was older, his mom saying to him, your father's gone. I thought she meant dead at that point, because she just said, he's gone. And I was like, oh God, like what happened? And then she was like, go get him. And I thought, well, that's impossible. But she said he headed to Australia, but I wanted that backstory of what went from, obviously he caused Jack a lot of pressure in his life and maybe compared himself as this masterful doctor to his son. But I didn't get to see what led him from that to taking, prescription drugs with alcohol. And then he had a heart attack, and that's what killed him. So I don't know why he ended up in Australia. We might go back and put that little puzzle piece together. I hope we do, because I wanted that cleared up in this episode, but it wasn't. But that's okay. So the man he saw in the other episode, he was so far away, we see now is his father. I thought it was really neat once Mr. Locke saved him. I'm so glad he went looking for water. When he kind of when Jack kind of expressed his feelings to Mr. Locke, and he was saying, my father died, and I'm chasing something, and I think I see him, and he was like, I'm going to look for water. You keep doing what you need to do. And because he did that, we see dolls and stuff all over the place, but then we see this beautiful waterfall. I mean, that's clean drinking water. So by chasing the white rabbit, his dad, he found water. And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was just so neat that, something horrible. And he even saw the coffin, and then he got out of his frustration. I didn't see a body. I'm sure it was, stuff's everywhere. I hope we don't come across it later. I didn't see a body. But, that was sad. We didn't know up until the last minute who had taken the water. I at first thought it was the Korean guy, because he was talking to his wife about her lips being chapped, and he said, you need water. Like, that was brought up intentionally. I thought of him. And then when he pointed to Sawyer, I thought, well, yeah, because there's still a question mark over his head for me. I don't know how I feel about him yet. He's very cocky. He does things for himself. He's not a team player at this point to me. Maybe he is in season 3 or something. I'm just talking about now. I don't know. And he did have some stuff hidden, but it was cigarettes and just some other stuff. It wasn't the case of suitcase of water I thought it was. But we saw it was Pretty Boy, the one that Jack saved in the beginning. Jack reappears, and he had already gone through this whole experience of chasing his dad and finding the water, and then he shows back up in time to just calm everybody down. And he says it in a way, he says to them, we may be here for a while, so we need to just stop waiting, and we need to get stuff done. So I think that's going over well. I think the next episode, the next day, whatever, I think people that are wanting to help with collecting the water and bringing it back, that's a good thing. I'm pretty sure that Claire is going to be having that baby soon. I'm really hoping that goes okay. And I hope that Jack's around when she gives birth. I know he's doing everything, but for that in particular, we need your assistance, please. This was another great episode. It really was. I've really enjoyed the last 2, because the last one focused on Mr. Locke, this one focused on Jack. And I'm not saying I want every episode to be like that, but it was a good little in between. We're getting, different things and different stories. And I like that we focused on 2 characters back to back. I like that change of pace a little bit, because I like storytelling. I like action. I like a mixture of it, but it's all good to me. I love this show. I really do. Thank y'all for watching it with me once again, and until the next video and the next time. Bye.